Yo, what's up gamers? So in this video, I'm going to be discussing the top 10 things that the developers should add to Dead Rails. So all of these things are in my opinion, and as a person who has beaten the game over 3 times, I came across a few things that I feel like they could actually do better and could actually add to the game to make it more fun. So without further ado, let's start. So number 10 is adding a way to sell class items. So what I mean by class items is basically when you buy a class and then you join a game with the class enabled, equipped, and there are a few items that come along with it. Basically, you can't actually sell those, which I guess kind of makes sense. But I feel like they should add ways so that you can actually bypass that. For example, it could be like a game pass or a thing you can buy for bonds that allows you to be able to sell your class items. Just like some kind of good way to be able to sell your class items, because it's really annoying not being able to sell them. So yeah, that's number 10. Number 9 is adding a way to make your train faster without classes, like other than classes. So when I say other than classes, it's because I know that, for example, the conductor class actually allows your train to go faster, but personally I find that to be a bit bland, honestly. And I feel like there are other better ways for the game's sake to make the train faster. Like, I already got an idea. For example, here could be like a little like door or something, and you can open that, and then voila, it's the train engine or something like that. Then they can maybe add some items so that you can use them to go in here and I guess like upgrade the engine or something to then make the train faster. Or maybe adding like game passes or just passes that allow you to either like spend Robux or bonds to just make your train faster. So yeah, I feel like that could be a way to make your train faster, but it's not so boring, if that makes sense. Number 8 is adding different difficulties of zombies, because I am aware that there are technically different difficulties of zombies. Like, for example, there's just the normal one, which is just like as fast as you, does moderate damage. But then there's another one with a slightly different like Roblox face, which is actually a lot faster. And honestly, what I mean by adding different difficulties of zombies is basically just replacing the werewolves and especially vampires with different difficulties of zombies. Like, for example, the werewolf can be replaced with like a big zombie with who's like stronger and faster than you. And then maybe they could replace the vampire with, I don't know, like another fast zombie that's just slightly stronger. I'm not too sure. But they should do something like that, because I feel like the werewolf and especially vampire is on it. Like, I mean, it's good, but it's honestly a bit weird to have in a game like this where it's literally set in a zombie apocalypse. Like, personally, I feel like there should be a lot more zombies in the game, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's number 8, to add different types of zombies. Number 8 is adding some new items that are unlocked by getting higher levels. So what I mean by levels is, in my previous video, I discussed the new quest update, and it basically works like when you complete a quest, you get some bonds, which is handy dandy, and you also get levels. But as far as I know, as of right now, there's actually no purpose in getting higher levels. So I guess number 7 is maybe not necessarily adding more items, but just to give the levels an actual purpose. Because as of right now, the levels serve literally no purpose. So I thought I'd just put that out there because it kind of makes sense, at least in my opinion. Yeah, maybe they shouldn't have to necessarily add new items that are unlocked by higher levels, but just add something or find a way to give levels a purpose, because yeah, otherwise why would you even add levels in the first place? Number 6, add new hostiles in the game that cause some kind of poisoning. So a perfect example of this is maybe they could add like mini swamps that are scattered around the map, which have OP loot near them. But the catch is there are venomous snakes, and as you may have guessed, if you get bit by the snake, then you get poisoned. And being poisoned by a snake could literally mean anything in this game. It could mean maybe like a blurry vision, or slowness, or weakness, or you take damage. When you think about it, it could really mean a whole lot. But that's just a perfect example of this. Just adding different hostiles that do some kind of poison other than just damage, because that seems a bit bland. Number 5 is adding an option to upgrade your class by spending bonds. So a perfect example of this is I just bought Priest, And I will give it to you. It is a very, very good class. But they could also add a like an option or like a button where I could just, for example, spend 20 bonds to upgrade the priest class, which when I buy the upgrade, it would, for example, give me in class items 3 crucifixes and 3 holy waters instead of just 2 of each. And then maybe the second upgrade, which costs I guess 35 bonds, could be where I'm immune to lightning strikes, and I have like a freaking like mini aura where if anything hostile steps into there, it's gonna slowly kill them. I don't know, just something good like that like makes sense with its class, if that makes sense. All right, now we're getting into my favorite ones. Number 4, adding potions in the game. So I would actually say that they should add a speed potion, but they've technically already done that because you can buy snake oils. But they should also add other ones, like for example like strength potions, or like a long-term regeneration potion maybe. But then in order to nerf the potions, there should be like a catch-off. Like they should only add like 1 color of potion for 2 outcomes. 1 outcome being good, 1 outcome being bad. For example, they could add a green potion where if you drink the green potion, you could either get a strength boost or a weakness boost. And they could also add a gray potion where if you drink it, it could be either give you strength or weakness. There are a ton of possibilities. So yeah, they should add potions to the game, or like little strength boost or whatever boosts. But they should also add a kind of risk like that, so then it kind of nerfs it as well. The potions are there just to kind of make the game a little more interesting. All right, number 3, this is my personal favorite one. Adding solar power. Personally, I think adding solar power would be so cool. For example, in the general store, you could buy a solar panel for like, I don't know, however much money, like maybe like a good $150, because I feel like solar energy would be quite expensive in 1899. But yeah, actually I just realized there's no way solar energy was even invented in 1899, but that's not the point. All right, like it's a Roblox game, literally anything can happen. But let's just say an example for adding solar power into the game. You could add a solar panel in the general store for like $150, like quite expensive. And then maybe they could add another item, like an electric sword, for example, or like an electric weapon of some kind, which is powered by the energy that the solar panel gives. Like just for example, just so then the solar panel actually has a purpose. And then the electric sword could maybe deal like more damage than the average sword, or just like something like that. That's just an example I could come up off the top of my head. But the point is, they should add solar power of some kind. I feel like that would be really cool. All right, number 2 is adding a buyable auto turret. So what is an auto turret, you may ask? An auto turret is, well, that thing, but one that you can actually buy and attach onto your train. So then it's literally just a turret that automatically shoots while you're moving on your train. So because it's quite overpowerful, I would assume that the developers would add that in the form of a game pass. And then you have to spend maybe like, I don't know, like 100 Robux, 200 Robux, 250 Robux to then have the permission to then install an auto turret on your train, because an auto turret would be very OP. So I feel like they should add one of those, because it would just be nice, and it would also be good for profit, because they can make the Bible auto turret in the form of a game pass, so then they can also make some extra money. So yeah, I feel like that's another cool thing they could add. All right, number 1, and I put this in number 1 for a reason. This is by far the most important one out of all of them. Want to hear it? Drum roll, please. It's adding a pause button. Like literally, I'm playing a game of Dead Rails and I'm really deep into the game, so like the turrets have less ammo and I overall just don't want to die now because I've like worked so hard to get to the point. And literally, like I need to go to the bathroom and I literally can't because the day moves by so quickly, and the turrets also run out of ammo, and I literally can because the day goes by really quickly, and it also feels like that the turrets run out of ammo way quicker. So literally, if any time I have the bravery to walk away from my computer for even 2 minutes, I have to be like lightning fast to like get whatever I'm trying to get, or like do whatever I have to do, and then come back here as fast as possible. And it's extremely annoying because sometimes I actually don't make it. Like I'm already dead by the time I get back. Bro, especially at the end when you turn the crank, like there's literally no going back. You literally can't leave. So yeah, developers, I cannot stress this enough. Please, in your next update, add a pause button. It is so basic, yet so necessary. And I think quite a lot of people can agree with this. And yeah, that pretty much sums up my whole video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you can relate to the stuff I mentioned in this video. And yeah, Dead Rails developers, if you're watching this, which you're probably not, but still, I live in hope. If you're watching this, please consider at least one of my ideas, because I think most of my ideas are actually pretty good and can actually polish up the game really well. So yeah, once again, if you're watching this, please just consider one idea or one of my ideas. It would mean a lot. And yeah, guys, see these 2 videos on screen right now? Go ahead and click one of those. I promise you'll love it. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.